Welcome back, guys. I hope you're all well. This is Fly the Nest. We are on episode 3, the finale of season 3 with Arsenal. Which of the youngsters will have upped their game? Who will be meeting expectations? Will it be Saka? Will it be Saliba? Will it be Hutchinson? Or will it be Balogun? Only one way to find out. Keep watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and drop a comment underneath about which clubs you would like to see in the future. Enjoy. So, how are the Arsenal youngsters doing? We're going to start off with Omari Hutchinson. You can see he has now left Arsenal. He is at Hoffenheim. Now, 9.25 million of value, 19.25 per week wage. He is the star player of Hoffenheim, which makes you think Hoffenheim may have dropped down a little bit. He's got 2 years left on his contract. He is only 26 years old. How has he ended up here? Let's have a look. So, a loan at Fortuna Dusseldorf in the second division. 12 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 7.49 average rating. Obviously alerted Hoffenheim. He went back to Arsenal and he did make 2 appearances in the first team. But then Hoffenheim stepped in, paid £5.75 million for his services. 25 games, 3 goals, 1 assist, 6.73. Hoffenheim got relegated. He's then stood out in the Bundesliga 2. Probably that should be said in Germany, but I don't know what 2 is in German. But yeah. 32 games, 5 goals, 6 assists, 1 player of the match. Only the one, but a 7.18 average rating. And he's helped propel Hoffenheim straight back into the Bundesliga. So we will see how he progresses from there. Florian Balogun, we can see now at Bristol City. We did say in the last episode, will he have enough about him to make the step? Will he be able to progress? The answer at the moment is no. He had those loans at Cologne and at Mainz, Bristol City in the Championship, then paid 11.75 million for him. And since then, he's done all right. 36 games, 13 goals, a 7 rating. 45 games, 22 goals, a 7.11 average rating. Even last season, 40 games, 15 goals, a 6.94 is not bad. It's not bad, but it's not enough to propel Bristol City into the Premier League. And Balogun looks as though he may well just end up as a Championship striker, which in the last episode we said we thought he may end up doing. Next, we have got William Saliba. Saliba is now at Lille. Now, he left Arsenal as a bit part centre-back. Went to Brighton, played 23 games for Brighton, a 6.97 average rating for £29.5 million. It's a lot of money for a bit part player, but one season in, and Lille have stepped in and paid 31.5 million. And that deal could, as you can see there, that deal could rise to 39.5 mil. That's a lot of money for William Saliba. But he has performed 34 games, 1 assist, 2 player of the matches, and a 7.12 average rating. He's playing in the top flight of French football. We shall see how that carries on, whether he progresses any further from there. Injury-wise, did he have many? Was he out for any period of time? Knee tendonitis, 5 weeks there. Torn ab we knew about for 2 months. So there's not been any major periods of time out. So he really was just a bit part player at Arsenal. Will he progress? Will we see more from him? 37 million value, 62 grand a week. 3 years left on his contract. 29-year-old William Saliba. And then we have Bakayo Saka. He has added to his England caps over the last 3 years, but only with one additional. 63 million value, 175 grand a week. The stats just haven't really changed. How's he performed? Well, it's nothing really to shout about. You would expect, with the stats that Saka has at the start of the game, for more progression. But he is a consistent performer. 7.05, 32 games, 5 goals, 5 assists, 4 Player of the Match awards. 36 games, 6 goals, 2 assists, 1 Player of the Match, but a 7.19, and then 32, 1-4, and a 7.18. Injury-wise, I'm guessing, because he's playing the majority of the games, there's nothing major in there. Out for 4 months a long time ago, but the rest of the time it's been tiny amounts. A couple of weeks here, a few days here, nothing majorly wrong there. But at 28 years old, Bakayo Saka needs to step up one more time just to prove his worth. Will he be able to do it? We will next be checking in with these guys when they're very close to retirement. Guys, it is now retirement time. How have these players been getting on? Well, first up, the first player to retire, Florian Balogun, retiring in 2036. Let's see how he progressed throughout his career. Well, obviously he had that fairly big move to Bristol City. They got to the Premier League once in his time there. He performed well throughout that time, but one Premier League season, and he tailed off 19 games and only 5 goals with a 6.79 average rating. He then went for 8.25 million to Spain with Lugo. First season in La Liga, 10 games, no goals, and his worst average rating of the whole save. Dropping down into the second division in Spain, and he stepped up again, 17 in 40, the following season 14 in 39, and again both over that 7 average rating again. He then finally, last season before retirement, tails off, 6 goals in 37 appearances with a 6.81. It's not the career that we thought Balogun may well have. He's not done everything that you would have hoped for. Milestone-wise, has he won stuff? He's retired from playing. We can have a look at his awards. Individual awards. Best 11 for Lugo. Bristol City's Best 11. Sky Bet Championship Team of the Week. USA Best 11. But there's no individual reckoning really there. What has he won? He's won relegation. He's been a runner-up in the North American Nations League. He won the championship as a champion and a Carabao Cup runner-up as well in 2031. But overall, he's not really got anywhere near the expectation level for Florian Balogun. Okay, guys, so our next Arsenal youngster to call time on his career is Bakayo Saka, as you can see, retiring on the 12th of July 2038, so in a week's time. His final stats, you can still see, again, mentals are not bad. He's got a couple of decent numbers still within the technical areas. Natural fitness is high, but his strength, stamina, acceleration, all of the key attributes within Saka's game have sort of waned drastically now at the age of 36. He has spent the last few years in Espanyol. Let's see how he went from Arsenal on. So we can see, stats-wise, was doing all right in that Arsenal team. And then had one outstanding season of stats and figures in the 25-26 season, a 7.12. And then for years after, consistently got over the 7s. He had one season on loan, or half a season at Arsenal and then half a season on loan at Monaco. Both places he got over a 7. Makes you wonder why Arsenal sent him out on loan. He then went to Espanyol in his first season in La Liga, again over a 7. but it has tailed off over the last 2 years, and he has decided to call time on his career. I would say one of the biggest surprises within this is you can see Saka's only been capped by England 20 times with 2 goals. Now, you would have expected more than that, but there are a lot of players in that position competing. And I think people like Mason Greenwood and the like have had better opportunities within that attacking position, and not playing with wing backs. He's not really fitted in as a fullback for England in the game anyway. Competition wise, everything he won with Arsenal. So FA Cup, Charity Shield, first international cap. Then he won the Carabao Cup. He was then Carabao Cup runner-up. Somehow playing for the under-23 still in 2026. Carabao Cup runner-up again. Europa Cup 2 runner-up. Europa Cup 2 winner. First international goal at the age of 30 for England. I mean, that is surprising. But again, Arsenal Carabao Cup winners, FA Cup runner-up. England, the European Football Championship winners. So England won the Euros in 2032 and he was part of that squad. International League winners in 2033. And then Euro 2 runner-up again. And then Europa Cup or Europa League winners in 2035. All in all, it's been a good career for Saka. Has it necessarily reached what was expected though? Hard to say. So next up to retire from the Arsenal youngsters is William Saliba. It is June 2040. Saliba has announced his retirement on the 7th. So again, in a week's time, he is ending his career at Montpellier. He has spent a big chunk of his time, the end of his career, back in France. Now, in real life, there's always been question marks about how much he wanted to be in England and things like that. And homesickness has played a part currently in his time with Arsenal. So it's no surprise to see him back in France for the end. But how has he fared throughout the career? Well, he was average. He'd done all right for a couple of seasons in the Prem, although he was not a regular starter. He then had a big money move to Brighton, 29.5 mil. One season, again, not first choice regular, but enough at the end of that season to get a deal and move to Lille for nearly £40 million. A big, big signing for Lille. That was in 2029. From then on, actually stepped up. Averaging over 30 games a season up until his final year. He averaged over 7 on the ratings as well. Again, up until his final season at Lille. He then went on a free transfer to Monaco. Only played once over the course of that season. Went on a free transfer to Austria Vienna. Again, 10 games for them. And then back on a free transfer to Montpellier, where he's then had 2 seasons with, relative success. Promoted in his first season from Ligue 2 to Ligue 1, and then regularly in a regular again within the squad, at least for that season in Ligue 1. But he is now calling time on his career. 3 caps for France and a goal. Milestone-wise, what has he won? Not huge amounts. A couple of promotions, French Cup winners on numerous occasions as well. But has Saliba lived up to the hope and promise? Probably not. A majority of his stuff was won while being a bit part player at Arsenal, and a couple of French Cups whilst at Lille. How good do we rate him? We'll see. The next Arsenal youngster to step aside and drop down was Omari Hutchinson. Stepping away from football and retiring midway through that last season. So he was at Mannheim, he was released from that contract and then just never got another club and stepped away. Again, Omari Hutchinson was one of those where you saw him the potential was definitely there when he was in that young setup at Arsenal. He played a few times after we departed the club, but never really stamped his authority. Numerous loan moves here, there and everywhere. Ended up at Hoffenheim, where he yo-yoed for a couple of seasons between the Bundesliga and the second division there. Always a fairly consistent performer with his output, although his average ratings either teetering just above the sevens or just below. Very, very consistent in their approach. So 692, 697, 693, 698. They start to tail off towards the end of his career, as you'd expect. And then he has that final season at Mannheim. There is no goals. It's only 2 assists. And it's a 6.55. And he's decided to step away at that point. How much has he won? Well, in all honesty, nothing, really. He won a runner-up trophy with Hoffenheim. He got promoted with Düsseldorf while on loan. And he won a European Under-19s championship as well. But that is it. There's nothing else in there for Hutchinson. Did he reach that potential? Probably have to say no. So there we are, guys. Arsenal wrapped up. Almost 20 years. A lot of those players have a career just on this FM save. So, how did we rate Balogun, Omari Hutchinson, Bakayo Saka, and William Saliba? Well, I'll be honest, if we're just looking purely at their performances, their output, their international caps, the goals, the contributions across the pitch, there is only one standout player, and that is Bakayo Saka. He stood a heads and shoulders above all others. I had a lot of hope and a lot of faith in this crop of players, and actually it's failed to deliver. Omari Hutchinson spent 90% of his time in lower league football. In second division in Germany, he had fleeting games, fleeting seasons in top flight, but over 20 years did not deliver consistently and did not get that international call-up. Florian Balogun, again, majority of his time, he had some good periods, but majority of his time was spent with Bristol City in the Championship. He done well for the USA when played, but it wasn't consistent. William Saliba, again, played at a regular level, played for Lille in the top flight in France for a long time, but only ended up with 3 international caps and just did not consistently win things as an individual or with the clubs. There's a few French Cups, a few runners-up. Saka cemented himself in that Arsenal team. He then had a spell out on loan at Monaco. He then also ended up at Espanyol playing in La Liga and consistently delivered, picking up over 40 caps for England, and there is a lot of competition for the positions he was playing as well. So, all in all, I think it's a really obvious choice. And it's disappointing because I thought there would be a lot more competition between these 4 players. But Saka, 100% is our guy. But if you have the opportunity to pick up Omari Hutchinson cheap early in the game, or Florian Balogun, do so. Because I'm sure if they get the coaching and the game time early doors, they can become better than you may have seen on this save. For now though, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe and comment below. And let us know which teams you would like to see in the future. And we'll see which of their players can become successful when they fly the nest.